Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Let's come on in and give you all a second to get in. We'll get started here. We share the word of the Lord with you this morning and some great information that's going to help you in life, help you to navigate. We all need help at times in navigating through life's challenges. Nevertheless, it's a great day. It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to pause and thank God for his unmerited favor, his grace. Again, God is good to me. I can say that for myself. Hope you have that same testimony. You acknowledge that. Again, we'll give you a couple of more seconds or so to come in. We're going to get started here. We certainly encourage you to share this information with somebody. Listen to me. The world needs this kind of teaching. Our world is in trouble. And certainly the church is the one venue that have the wherewithal to impact this generation. All right, very quickly, talk about 10 biblical principles to making wise decisions. I see one of my sons in the gospel, Pastor Robeson, on the line, and he, of course, will tell you categorically that he respects me and my wisdom. He's called me on numerous occasions for various business endeavors and relationship issues and church issues and all the things that he was challenged by. He would call me to give my wisdom. All right, you need somebody in your life that will give you wisdom in an absolute sense, and frankly, not spare your feelings, not being insensitive, but at the same time give you the absolute truth, so they can help you, so you can avoid some of these pitfalls in life and not make some mistakes, avoid some mistakes. Okay, so I gave you two of the principles of making wise decisions Wednesday. Today, I'm gonna give you maybe three. Let's see how we go here. So the third principle in making wise decisions is: do you have all the facts? I don't know about you all, but I have jumped to conclusions on some things. And before someone come to you and share some with you, and all of us have fallen prey to forming an opinion without facts. And there have been times we have made decisions without all the facts and regretted that we didn't pause and get the facts. Okay, so do I have all the facts? I was listening to a TikTok clip and speaking about someone was highlighting. I won't give you the preacher's name, but he invited an individual to his church, and they alluded to, or at least stated on the clip, that the man who was invited was a politician, in which there's some validity to that. But he said this guy was married to a man. He's married to a man. So I did a little research to see if this was the case, and found out it was not the case. To my point, do you have all the facts? Social media could be a cesspool of false information. That's a fact, right? So Solomon says in Proverbs 18 and 13, he says, who gives an answer before he hears? It is folly and shame to him. Then verse 17 of the same chapter says, the first to plead his case seems right until another comes and examine him. The Bible says, let every word be confirmed, proven by two or three witnesses. Let somebody else, let it be factual, based upon a witness, research. Hello, somebody. Matter of fact, this is the definition of the word discern. This is just one definition. You might want to write this down. The word discern means to investigate. Investigate. Separate. Matter of fact, it means separate and investigate. Discern. In other words, before you form an opinion, separate emotions, perhaps what has been said, and investigate. That's the word. Questions to ask. Questions to ask. First of all, ask a lot of questions. Don't fall prey to wishful thinking or let your emotions get the best of you. Got to dial it down, man. Number three, remember, this is not a question, of course. Remember that there are two sides to every story. That's a word for somebody. And some would suggest there are perhaps more than two. There's a side that we have that's called God's side. And then there's another side called the devil's side. So you got to remember there are 2, 3, 4 sides to every story. The third principle is the pressure of time forcing me to make a premature decision. Ooh, that's a big one here. Is the pressure of time forcing me to make a premature decision? It's the pressure. Am I overly anxious? Am I operating out of a sense of urgency? So you got some decisions you just can't hurry up and make it. You find out if you wait today, then tomorrow come, you like, wow, I thank God I didn't make the decision yesterday. So Solomon says in Proverbs 19:2, he says, also, it is not good for a person to be without knowledge, and he who makes haste with his feet errs. It's not good for a person to be without knowledge. Then he says in 21:5, he says, the plans of the diligent lead surely to advantage, but everyone who is hasty comes surely to poverty. Some deals are not a deal, you all. Can't hurry up and make this, especially when it comes to finances and relationships. I don't let everybody in my circle. You know, there's circles of influence. There's circles of access to me. Sometimes people come in and you let them in, and that the mission that they have is not to help you, but to hurt you. The plans of the diligent lead surely to advantage, but everyone who is hasty comes surely to poverty. False to consider. Number one, beware of the once-in-a-lifetime deal and the lure of instant gratification. Be leery, be aware of people that give you this inclination or this impression that this deal is now, you get it in the next 20 minutes, next 24 hours. Even with dealing with dating somebody. Don't be thirsty. I don't know who need to hear that. Because what's going on, they'll lure you into instant gratification. Second thought to consider, don't let the fear of missing out drive your decision. What God has for me, it is for me. Number three, when in doubt, wait. Wait. Rushing, hurry up. No, we're going to hurry up. We're going to take our time. This is too important of a decision to be rushing it. Let me do my investigation. Let me do my research. Let me compare. When people bring deals to the table, I do comparisons. You got a deal? Okay, let me see if it's a real deal. How do you know if it's a deal? Listen to me. When people say it's a deal, well, how do you know it's a deal? How do you know? It might not be a deal. And then what happens, you hurry up, make the decision as you think it's a deal. Then you're doing your research and you sign on the dotted line. You done bought the car, whatever the case may be, and you find out that was not a good deal after all. Number five, rather. What possible motives are driving my decision? Let me say it again. What possible motives are driving my decision? What's driving me to make this decision? Again, Solomon said in Proverbs 16:2, he says, all the ways of a man are clean in his own sight, but the Lord weighs the motives. My God. All the ways of a man are clean in his own sight, but the Lord weighs the motives. Don't be in a hurry. What's driving you to make the decision? Then he says in 29, and Solomon says, who can say I have cleansed my heart? I am pure from my sin. Who can say? When the heart is deceitful and desperate and wicked, who can say? Your heart will trick you. What's your heart? The seat of your understanding, your desires, your passions. That's your soulish realm. Your heart. And the heart will deceive you. Yes, it will. Thoughts to consider. Acknowledge that you have blind spots. Acknowledge that you don't know everything. Acknowledge that you need some help. Acknowledge that things about you and a certain situation that you just not privy to. So you know what? I need to do some research. I need to get some advice. I need to realize that I don't know it all. I might have missed God. I've missed God before. Yes, I have. You live long as I live, you're gonna miss God. Once you've been bit, once you bought something or done something, you say, "Oh, I can't do this again." Let me do my research. Let me call this brother, that I respect, and ask him, am I missing something here? I need your assistance on this. Second thought: honestly assess your motives, both good and bad. Assess your motives, good and bad. Told you how the situation happened. I won't go into the details. I had to really challenge myself to think about, if you do this, then why are you doing it? Now you're right. It's lawful, but is it expedient? Oh, it's lawful. You have the legality to act a fool. Can't get no help today. You can act a fool. Yeah, you can check your supervisor. But is it expedient? Who you trying to impress? God or man? Number 3, and I'm done with this. Give others permission to speak into your life. You don't want to be left to yourself. Give people permission to speak into your life. Speak into your life. I'm going to counsel, I'm going to physical therapy for my hand. I had nerve damage and all that because of surgery in my neck and all that. So my left hand is very fragile, very weak. Hard beating, button my shirts, bow ties, and all that. So I'm with the therapist yesterday, and she said, I've been doing this 30 plus years. She began to tell me steps to take and exercise to do. She said, trust me, you don't see the results right now, but just do what I tell you to do. Why would I debate with a 30-year therapist? That's not my area. That's not my education. 30 years plus. She said, just do what I tell you to do. Trust me, it's going to benefit you. So here's my point. Give people permission to speak into your life and trust them that they know more than you. Hello, somebody. Listen, I've been pastoring 30 years. 30 years. So a young pastor would be in a good place. It would be to his advantage to listen to me. 30 years of pastoring. Come on, somebody. My mother would say I was born at night, but not last night. Give others permission to speak into your life. Give folk the ability to tell you when you're wrong, your motive is wrong. Give folk that ability. It'll help you, because guess what's going to happen? You'll be able to tell other people, I was just like you. Hello, somebody. But you won't get there without godly wisdom. You keep making the same decisions over and over, and the cycle won't change. Guess what is the common denominator? Not the people around you. It's you. I know it's tough, y'all. It's hard, man. There's some tough stuff here. I got it. But you'll never get strong drinking milkshakes. Let's go on that one. All right. Let's get the word out, man. Let's share. Y'all be blessed.